Hey, what's going on? Look, I got something to share with you, and you know, to show you what a chosen one, how to notice a real chosen one when he comes into the world. They are, first of all, they're mistreated, they're overlooked, they're called crazy, they're called lazy, they're called liars, they are called false prophets, all of that. That's how you know it's a real true chosen one comes from God. They never accept it. They always reject it and look down upon the people of this world. Because they have some type of ego or false sense of importance because they have a following, money, some type of special title here on earth. See, but the difference is the chosen one is on a mission, is on a spiritual mission to save lives. The fake chosen ones are on a mission are on an earthly mission. You know, they into it just to have power to control people and have sex and tell people what to do, and all that. But that ain't got nothing to do with God. God came to save lives and to defeat evil and defeat that lying devil. And that's what I come to do. When God called me, he knew what I was going to do. I was going all in. And that's what I've been doing. But you have the majority of the people who don't know God. They think they know God. Not to put all white folks down, but you guys have lied to everybody from generation to generation, even your people. You corrupted that book, King James, and the rest of you corrupted that book and taught people a bunch of lies and stole my image. If you read that Bible good and you have any understanding, you'll know that I'm a real chosen one. My life is totally similar to Christ. And there's people out who feeling sorry for me. No, you better feel sorry for yourself for not knowing God or rejecting God. You got these people around me that's rooting for somebody else, but they put me down secretly. But it's all gonna come back to get them in the end. They're gonna wish they didn't do that. You know? And what they doing in darkness will come to the light. And I'm gonna drop them like a bad habit and say I knew all the time. I was just trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. They finna be exposed. So they got another one. Every time I get on top, they got another one. And they try it out because don't nobody know God. You have never known God. Ever, ever, ever known God. And it's been very, very few chosen ones. And they're always rejected and ridiculed. You know what I'm saying? They, not to put down people, man, because I ain't with that. I don't ridicule people and put them down because they made a mistake or did something bad. I don't do that. I don't, you know, rub it in their face like that. I don't do that. I didn't do none of that to anybody. P Diddy, TDJ, I don't get into that. You know, but out of ignorance, you know. But to call yourself a teacher with that word of God and claim to be from God, and you don't know that book, God gonna look at that as a deliberate sin. And put that book down and quit playing. Satan put these women in my life, knowing they don't like me, knowing they work for the enemy. They put there for a reason, to keep tabs on me, to keep them aware of my moves. So Satan gives them phony power to overlook me for what they want. That's Satan. They think it's God. That's Satan. I don't bother these people. And I don't want them to bother me. I'm trying to make this clear as possible. Your religious leaders that don't drink, smoke, and do nothing, married and all that, they still anti-God. They are still anti-God. How can you claim to be from God but don't believe and stand behind or beside the one God chosen out of jealousy? And we know jealousy is an evil spirit. So y'all wake up. And I'm really not the one to keep trying to get y'all to make me believe or to get y'all to let up and accept me. No, I don't do it for that. I do this for the glory of God and to save lives. You know what I'm saying? So the people who know that I'm the big dog and I'm the truth and the real chosen one, you safe. But the ones who, these women out here all got another one. They just looking for somebody with a nice body, money, foolish, ignorant, loud, lawless, just want to have sex with all of them. But they doing nothing to change this world. You got people trying to get up and do little things, which is irrelevant. But it all starts with our corrupt politicians. It don't start with the Arabs in the neighborhoods. selling pork and liquor and all that. The politicians allow that because they being paid off to give these people licenses to come in our neighborhood and sell us poison. So we need, our first mission is to get to those meetings, congressional meetings, get involved in removing these corrupt, greedy politicians. Now these politicians can retire at 35 years old, millionaires, the best insurance, but the ones who voted them in gets nothing. Peanuts. And they get them while they're old and going out. How evil and rude and unjust can you be? All of them need to go. And I respect San Diego going down telling Trump, you can run, but you cannot hide. He needs to get out God's way and let God do it, man. God is the only one gonna do it right. And I was talking to a guy some years ago, and he says, man, look, if you don't do it, who's gonna do it? That was 100. Ain't nobody else can do it like me. No one can do it better. Yeah. I used to listen to rap. DOC, yeah. I used to listen to rap, but then back in the days, it was like, it wasn't so bad. That crap they got going on now, they got our kids out here, man, just acting a fool. Put that down. That's gonna have y'all locked up and doing 100 years, 50 years. Who wants to spend their life like that trying to make a name for themselves? As soon as you go to prison, they're gonna forget about you. Now you got to deal with the hells and the negatives of prison life. No, who wants to go through that, man? So it is our jobs as men who've been through it to talk to our youth to turn them away. First of all, turn that BS music off. Turn them drugs down. Alcohol down. If you can't drink like or whatever, like a decent adult, socially, shut it down. Shut it all the way down. You got these, I'm gonna tell you who the problem is. These satanic, ignorant women, toxic women, and these ignorant, toxic homosexuals. They're looking for drama. And Satan get all these old BS religions and get everybody separated by race or gender, rich and poor, and God don't care about none of that. He don't care if you rich or poor. But he also said in the book, though, it's going to be harder for a rich man to get in heaven than find a needle in a haystack. So, he ain't all pretty about being rich now. So we know money is not his true blessings. Imitating him and doing for others. Is what he likes. respecting people, loving people. You know, if you like, you evil devils that's in my life. Let me tell you something. You're never gonna control me. Never, ever. You might be able to put a woman in my life and convince her to do certain things and this and that to make it look like you're in control. But in actuality, you know you ain't controlling me. You know you can't directly come to me. You know, if I'm on a job working and the supervisor says that I need to do this, that's different. I'm at work. I'm trying to make money, feed my family. You know, look how they left Christ out there, played dog games with him, didn't help him out financially, didn't know who he was. They had him right there. They had him right there where he needed to be. Still didn't know who he was. They asked each other dumb questions. Is this the one who's coming, who has come to do miracles? Or is it the one that is coming? He was in their face right there. And they didn't even know it. That's because his identity was stolen. White folks stole that black man's identity, man, like they've been doing for centuries. And that's just history. You know, white folks has been stealing and lying to the American people, not just blacks, to the men, even their own, for centuries. Now it's all coming out. Now they want to have the attitude and do evil, go back to doing evil to us. But God ain't finna have that, man. I'm gonna let you know that right now. You know, we gotta start standing up, man, and doing what's right, man. They playing these dog games with me, and they steady trying to defeat me, and they been lost. They forfeited the game. You can't compete with somebody and you don't let them know. God don't respect cheaters. That's a form of cheating. You can't get the whole world to go against one man and say you won fair and square. You cheated, man. Face up. But because of our men and women and kids are so ignorant and weak in God, they don't know no better. But I'm able to tell you now, man. Put down that evil, man. Open up them books, man, and study those books to get right with God. Because God ain't going to plead with you on their judgment. Like Christ says, there will be no excuses for your sin. The white folks lied to you till he died for your sins. Don't believe that. Don't fall back on that and believe that. You know? And these politicians, white and black, you know, but the white ones control the black ones because black are the weakest link. They control Mexicans and all of them. Me? Oh no, I'm in the driver's seat, baby. Y'all can either bow down or beat it. Because I got some people already that I'm going to choose to come in and we're going to be godly 100. You know, that's why they lasting. Because you weaklings won't come out and expose the devil. Say I'm with a woman. And y'all know she's not liking me. She's putting me down behind my back. But don't tell me you your own worst enemy. Because you can tell me I'm going to end it. And where are the ones that believe in me? Y'all just as weak, man. Not to put y'all down, man, but come on, man. If I know somebody out to help us, and I'm going to sit there and let some trick woman or trick man hold y'all back from y'all blessing, I'm just as guilty. I might as well ride with the enemy. So y'all better wake up, man. They can't defeat me fair and square. They don't have the knowledge I have. They haven't been called on my God. And they got the whole image of Christ twisted. You know, they got him as some soft figure, turn the other cheek, or walking around like this, like the Baphomet and all that. Get the hell out of here. That wasn't nothing like Christ, and he wasn't no white man. That's just facts. Ain't got nothing to do with racism, because I ain't got a racist bone in my body. You know, it's time that we learn the truth and stand together in unity and remove these demons out of power. That don't mean you're no good. You know, I look at politics and say, damn, what did the voters do to receive all this? I know why. Your ignorance. You voted them, you gave them the power to mistreat you. You can't blame nobody but yourself, really. You voted these devils into office to mistreat you.
Right.
You know? Come on, please. Come on, please. You know, so I just want to throw that out there, man. Our society full of ignorant, toxic men and women. And you got them homosexual, toxic men and women out here, man, that's causing problems. Full of drama. And they buying big time to fulfill their agenda because of your weakness. Heard? All right, man, won't y'all wake up, man, and let's do it. I don't ask y'all for nothing. I ain't the type to have my hand out. I get out and hustle, but I don't hustle like I used to. I'm not going to never do that. I'd rather ask for help than go out here and sell some dope and kill a family. You know, and hurt a family, and separate the family. I ain't never doing that again. I do my little recreational thing, which is going to end as soon as I get to work. So I'm asking y'all, I'm not finna chase y'all down. If you know who I am and believe it, you better come get me. And I'm gonna show up and show out for you. Cause God is in me. With that, man, I'm gonna let y'all ride, man. All right, one.